Let's go ahead and talk to Sam in California. Welcome, Sam.
Hi, Alex.
Yes, sir.
All right. So good to talk to you. Yes, I have an opinion on what's going on in the Gulf. What I really wanted to talk about was a new weapon in the info wars, which I've created.
Ah.
So which one should I talk about?
Whatever you wish, sir.
All right. I am doing a local cable public access television show here in San Rafael, California. I'm calling it Conspiracy TV. The first episode premieres tomorrow. I've been given permission. I'm really excited about this. Please excuse me. I've been given the permission to broadcast the Panama Deception, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Absolutely. The government was dealing narcotics with Noriega on record. He threatened to blackmail Bush, and there was an overnight invasion claiming that 2 women had been kidnapped. Then it turned out it was totally fake. No one kidnapped them. That's the good old USA.
Oh, yeah. They went in and just killed civilians like they were in the way. And
yeah, they used Pump the Magic Dragon, C-130, with Gatling guns and howitzers, blowing up Panama City. Hoorah! But meanwhile, the bankers are going to financially blow up your wallet, America. You're just as expendable as those people down there in Central America.
Right, right. And the reason I'm calling is because I would like to share with other people my idea about this show. I think it's something that people could do all over the country.
Yeah, everybody can start a show and air clips of other people's documentaries and then analyze it, talk about it, take calls, do a different issue, show a different film every week. That's what I've been doing for 16 years, almost 16 years. I mean, is that your idea?
Yes, yeah, well, yeah, it's a 2-hour show every Saturday night at 10 p.m. on my local cable public access channel. If you don't mind, I'd like to give the
no, that's
station
fine.
number.
And you can put flyers out around your town, and anybody else can do this. Sure, go ahead.
Right, it's channel 26 on Comcast cable here in Marin.
But the key is to go around to all the coffee shops and on telephone poles and put up the time and showing and when it's going to happen. I appreciate your call. Good job to hear from you, Sam. Keep it up. What they really need to see is the Obama Deception, Fall of the Republic, Don't Tread on Me, and films like that. But I'm sure they'll be informed by the Panama Deception. That's just kind of ancient history, but it's still important. Let's talk to Ronnie in Texas. Ronnie, go ahead.
Reproceed. Thank you, sir. From fluoridated, illegal, alien-friendly, over-fluoridated Austin, Texas. It's I've got the exaggerated oil slick is just the latest Monica Lewinsky level of distraction in my mind of this tyrannical meltdown of our sacred Constitution. And
but instead, Clinton bombed an aspirin factory in Nigeria to distract from Monica Lewinsky. The oil spill is the distraction from the war on Iran that they're lining up right now. They don't want us kids talking about.
You're exactly right. And it's the total destruction through crises of our sacred Constitution. And
let me ask you a question, Ronnie. How much weed, how much devil marijuana have you smoked today?
Oh, I try to stay medicated at all times. But
Ronnie, I appreciate your call. Well, you got the government medicating you through the water and the chemtrails. Why not? Mike in Florida, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
I just called you. I called to make you aware of something that I've seen on YouTube in Green Cove Springs, Florida, where they have thousands of UN vehicles lining up at a Air Force base there. I wanted to know if you
Well, we
heard
are
anything
getting
about
confirmed reports of foreign troops massing all over the U.S., and I sent my guys to a drill, and they had Polish and Czech troops and others running around trying to take on the U.S. What's the name of the video?
I have the link, and I have emailed it to you through your contact.
All right, I'm going to put you on hold and get the specific name of the video. And we're going to do one segment with Dr. John Coleman, because he isn't feeling well today. He'll be back with us a full hour next week, God willing. And that'll give us time in 3 other segments to take your phone calls and cover the news. Stay with us. There's a story up on Infowars.com, and I just watched the video earlier, and I just can't believe it. Federal agents harass and intimidate congressional candidate Charles Black and he announced he was having a congressional campaign meeting at a gun range, and the federal officers drove 3.5 hours to harass and intimidate congressional candidate Charles Black, running for U.S. House of Representatives for Arizona District 2. Agents then demand the people at the gun range unload their firearms and put them down, and basically say they can't have a political meeting with guns. They then demand that a 10-year-old girl stop videotaping them. This is exactly the type of corrupt government Mr. Black is out to shut down for the protection of the U.S. citizens. We have constitutional rights, and no man is above the law. And I saw a video last week we posted on Infowars.com. A woman went out and had a pro-Palestinian rally of peaceful Americans against what happened with the flotilla. Whether you're for that or against it, it's her right. And 2 FBI agents come to her door and ask her if she's basically a terrorist and if she's planning violence. And she says, well, no, I'm not planning anything, but why are you here? And it's because she had that public meeting. They want you to shut up. They want you to be intimidated. And I'm watching this video. It's up on Infowars.com. It's just how crazy they are. They're so crazy. I had FBI last year, 2 weeks before, or about a week before Obama deception came out, calling, and I called the number, and it was the FBI. They were calling my employees here, asking them about Alex Jones, asking about what I think of Obama, about the film. And so I had to release the film early because they were getting ready to come in here and try to shut it down. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is secret police. And I've got a whole bunch of mainstream news articles today, CNS News, AP, you name it, where they're going, yeah, Obama could shut the internet down, and he may start shutting it down, and they may restrict free speech, and they may restrict political statements because it's what we need now. I mean, they're just kind of coming out real calm and saying, yeah, we're going to take your freedom. Anthony in New York, then Danny Nelson, John Jim. Anthony, thanks for holding her on the air.
Hey, Alex. So this is Anthony Tolda. We spoke back in October after I made national news yelling at Steve Israel, the healthcare meeting.
Yes, good job.
Yeah, and Jason was kind enough to have me on his show on November 1st, too.
Yeah, I mean, back then, 14, 15 months ago, the media was still saying that you were all financed by lobbyists and that whole crowds would say, we don't want government health care, and they would say, it's a hoax. But now national polls show over 80% against it. When it passed, it was over 75%. And they just say it's all a hoax. It doesn't exist. You must be a racist, Anthony.
Oh, well, you're going to get me started on what I call the... Then now there's a famous YouTube video or viral YouTube video of a woman screaming in my face, calling me a racist in front of Otla Church in Harlem at day one of the Obama CIA Columbia University trial. I'm a friend of and ally of Reverend Manning, as I know you are, and there's been a pretty much a near media blackout on this whole trial.
Well, we had Reverend Manning on about it and covered the fact that he had a public trial to put this evidence out. But, that's basically the skinny. But Obama is illegitimate. He is CIA. He is an Indonesian citizen. He is a traitor. He is a mobster. He does get his home and things in the past paid for by mobsters, just like BP paid for the $1 million condo for years of Rahm Emanuel. It's just a lawless group of thugs.
Sure, and if you want to talk about people being shut up, and even shut up about this issue, Alex, a friend of mine got her radio show shut down, the station was shut down, and the website was shut down 90 minutes before her program was going to air, and I was going to be a guest, and we were going to discuss this trial and my attendance there and the viral video and all this stuff.
Well, it takes a lot of time to do something like that, even if that happened. That might have been coincidental. I mean, stations are being bought and sold and changing hands constantly. I mean, I have seen censorship. I've been censored myself many years ago, but I found the awakening is on. They're trying to intimidate us now by taking the gloves off. I think it's going to backfire. So the answer is just scream more bloody murder, Anthony.
Well, sure, Alex. That's why I called you. And, of course, we can't prove that it was shut down because of the topic, but she did tell me that in the past when she was going to be a guest on the same network, different program, she was contacted by his truth squads, and they threatened to sue her, and then she threatened
to sue them. Oh, no, that does
them.
go on, and we've had that happen, and you've got to ignore it, and I appreciate your call. Good to hear from you, Anthony. Keep up the good work. We're going to break here. I'm going to come back with more calls. It's a catch-22. I can talk to each one of these callers for an hour, but then I'll never get to the other calls. I have the newscast. In fact, it's in Fall the Republican, Obama deception. We have short clips of it, where they had police on the news in Missouri and other states going, look, you talk bad about Obama, we're going to come arrest you. This is how thuggish and how crazy they are. This is what they think of America. This is what they think of your rights. You got to stand up to these mobsters and say, I'm not intimidated.